morning students. Welcome to online class. Today we are going to start physical chemistry first lesson, that is unit 6, solid state. Before we start the lesson, shall I ask some question about introduction of solid state, because already we studied in lower section. First question is, what are the three physical state of matter? One is solid, liquid, another one is gas. Okay, see these pictures are indicated, that is states of matter. One is solid, liquid, another one is gas. What is the second question? Did you look around us? Yes, you found solids rather than liquid and gas. Third question is, how will you differentiate solid, liquid and gas? It is differentiated by definite volume and definite shape. Fourth question is, what is the characteristics of solid? In the solids, the atoms, molecules or ions are tightly held in an ordered arrangement, isn't it? So, there are many types of solid. Examples are, one is diamond, another one is metals, and the third one is plastics. The fifth question is, why do we want to use solid in our daily life? See here, because we require solid with different properties for various applications. The last one more question, why do we want to learn structure and properties of solids? For synthesizing new solid materials with different properties. Okay, let's start the lesson. In this lesson, you are going to learn solid, that is characteristics of solid. One is characteristics of solid, another one is classification of solid, and the third one is structure and their properties of solid. Last one more is crystal defects and significance. The first one is general characteristics of solids. Okay. You have already studied gaseous state in 11th standard. Do you remember that? Yes, in that lesson, gas molecules move randomly without existing a reasonable force on one another, isn't it? Unlike gases, in this case of solid, atoms, ions, molecules are held together by force of attraction. See here, this picture is clearly indicates atoms, ions, molecules are held together by force of attraction, isn't it? Yes, look at the pictures. From these pictures, can you identify first 2 points of characteristics of solid? Yeah, what is the first point? Solids have definite volume and shape. What is the second point? Solids are rigid and incompressible. Third point, see here, solids have strong cohesive forces. What is the meaning of cohesive forces? That is intermolecular attraction between like molecules. The fourth point in characteristics of solid, that is solids have short interatomic, ionic or molecular distances. Last one more point, see here, they are constituents. What is that? That is atoms, ions or molecules have fixed positions, so and can only oscillate about their mean positions. See here. Yes. After finishing characteristics of solid, the next one is classification of solid. Okay. Based on the arrangement of their constituents, solids are classified into two types. What are the two types? See here, one is crystalline solid, another one is amorphous solid. Okay. In this case of crystalline solids are furtherly classified into 5 types. What are the 5 types? One is ionic crystal. The super examples of ionic crystals are NaCl or KCl, isn't it? And the second one is covalent crystal. Examples are diamond and SiO2. And the third one is molecular crystals. Examples are naphthalene, anthracene and glucose. And the fourth one is metallic crystal, that is example all metallic elements, for example sodium, magnesium, copper, gold and silver, etc. These are all metal, isn't it? And the last one more classification is atomic solid, that is example frozen elements of group 18. Now clear the classification of solids. Next one is what is crystalline and what is amorphous. See here, these are all two examples of amorphous solid. One is glass and rubber. So first one is crystalline solid. See here, the term crystal comes from the Greek word crystallos. What is the meaning of crystallos? That is called clear ice. Okay, this term was first applied to the transparent quartz stone, and then the name is used for solids bounded by many flat and symmetrically arranged phases. Now clear this. After finishing your crystalline solid, the next one is amorphous solid. In amorphous solid, that is in Greek word amorphous meanings no form. So the constituents are randomly arranged. Okay, see here, this is crystalline solid explanation. A crystalline solid is one in which its constituents, what are the constituents here? That is atoms, ions or molecule. How it is arranged these? It is arranged orderly arrangement. Okay, so how to say is that have an orderly arrangement expanding over a long range. Okay, and see here, the arrangement of such constituents in a crystalline solid is such that the potential energy of the system is at minimum. After finishing classification of solid, next topic is what is the difference between amorphous and crystalline solid. This is very important question. What is the difference between crystalline and amorphous solid? What is the first point in crystalline solid? Long range orderly arrangement of constituents. But in this case of amorphous solid, first point is short range, random arrangement of constituents. Now clear this. This is long range, ordered arrangement in crystalline solid. But in this case of amorphous, short range, and also it is random arrangement of constituents. What is the second point in crystalline solids? It is definite shape, but in this case of amorphous solid, irregular shape. Third point in crystalline solid, generally crystalline solids are anisotrophic in nature. What is the third point in amorphous solids? They are isotrophic, that is like a liquid. What is the fourth point? They are true solids. Which one is true solids? That is crystalline solids are true solids. What about amorphous solids? They are considered as pseudo solid, that is false solid or supercooled liquids. Fifth point in crystalline solids, that is definite heat of fusion. But in this case of amorphous solid, heat of fusion is not definite. Okay. Sixth point, they have sharp melting points. But in this case of amorphous solid, gradually soften over a range of temperature, so can be molded. What are the examples of crystalline solid? The super example is NaCl and diamond. Amorphous solid examples are rubber, plastics and glass. Now clear the difference between crystalline and amorphous solid. This is important 3 marks question in this chapter. After finishing the difference, the next topic is isotropy and anisotropy. What is isotropy? Isotropy means uniformity in all direction. So, shall I apply the concept in solid state? In solid state, isotropy means having identical value of physical properties. What are the two physical properties here discussed? One is refractive index, another one is electrical conductance in all direction. What is the meaning of iso here? That is same. That's why it is called isotropy, means uniformity in all directions. Okay, see here. These pictures clearly indicated what is anisotropic and what is isotropic. Anisotropic, this is layered structure. In this case of isotropic, uniform structure. See here, whereas in anisotropy is a property which depends on the direction of measurements, isn't it? So, crystalline solids are which nature? That is anisotrophic, and they show different values of physical properties when measured along different directions. So, see here, the following picture illustrates the anisotropy in crystal due to different arrangement of their constituents along different direction. Yes, look at the pictures. This is clearly indicate anisotropy in crystal and isotropy in amorphous solid. Yes, what about crystalline solid? I said that is orderly arrangement of constituents, isn't it? But in this case of amorphous, random arrangement of constituents. Yes, see here one more picture explanation about crystalline and amorphous. Okay, now this is clear. I hope that all of you understood today's topics. Thank you, students.